Hi students, welcome to social science class. Before starting lesson, I am asking some questions from previous class. What is corruption? Offering bribe and following any other illegal means to gain illegal benefit. What are the causes of corruption? Poverty, illiteracy, lack of social and economic justice. Politicians are highly responsible for corruption. Okay. What are the effects of corruption? Corruption influences negatively on personal as well as public life. It influences economic, political and social life of a country. Corruption of personal ethics and immorality happens in personal life. In public life, bribery, nepotism, caste favoritism, and intentional slowdown of work are the various forms of corruption in public life. What are the measures taken by government to overcome corruption in India? First one, educational institutions should lead in this direction. Second, installation of CC cameras in government offices, increasing the efficiency of government work, avoiding harsh punishment to corrupt officials, increasing the number of courts and judges. Okay, these are all the measures taken by government to overcome corruption. Thus, we may learn another problem of our country, that is discrimination. Discrimination based on gender, caste and region is more evident in India. Discrimination based on gender, caste and region, okay, is more evident in India. Okay. Here, gender discrimination means partiality between men and women. Okay. Caste discrimination includes partiality between upper caste and lower caste. Okay. Next, regional discrimination includes partiality between Karnataka region and Tamil Nadu region. Clear this? Gender discrimination means partiality between men and women. Caste discrimination means partiality between upper caste and lower caste. Regional discrimination includes partiality or difference of opinion between Karnataka state and Tamil Nadu state. Now we may learn discrimination one by one. Okay, first one, gender based discrimination. Gender based discrimination. Here, gender is a concept that is used to describe men and women. Okay, gender is a concept that is used to describe men and women. Okay, gender, it shows the difference between men and women. Okay, now we may learn gender based discrimination between men and women. Okay, gender based discrimination between men and women. Okay, first one, inequality. First one, inequality in birthright. Inequality in a birthright. In a patriarchal families, more preference is given for male child than girl child. As a result, gender-based feticide is more common in most of the countries like China, Singapore, etc. Okay, in a patriarchal families. In patriarchal family, father is the head of the family. Okay, father is the head of the family. In patriarchal families, more preference given to boys. Okay, more preference given to boys than girls. So we can get to see gender-based feticide in most of the countries. Okay, so we can get to see gender-based feticide. Okay, do you know what is feticide? Feticide means when baby is in the stomach of mother, identifying the gender of that baby. If that baby found to be female, destroying that baby, that is called feticide. Okay, in a patriarchal family, more preference given for boys than girls. So gender-based feticide is common in most of the countries like China, then Singapore and some other countries. Clear this? Okay, this is one gender-based discrimination between men and women. Okay. Second gender-based discrimination between men and women. Okay, that is inequality in infrastructure. Inequality in infrastructure. In some of the countries like Asia, Africa and South America. In these countries, girls have less access to education than boys. Okay, then girls are not allowed to participate in developmental programs also. Okay, this is another type of discrimination between men and women. Okay, in some of the countries like Asia, then Africa and South America. These countries, girls have less access to education. Okay, girls have less access to education than boys. Okay, girls have less permission to get education. Okay, then one more thing, girls have no permission to participate in developmental programs also. Okay, this is another type of gender discrimination between both men and women. Clear this? Next, third one, inequality in opportunity. Inequality in opportunity. Okay, here girls have less permission or girls have less access to get higher education than boys. Okay, here girls has right to get only basic education. Less opportunity to get higher education than boys. Okay, here girls have permission only to get only basic or primary education. Okay, this is the another type of gender discrimination between men and women. Okay, next fourth one, inequality in family. Gender based discrimination can be seen in family life also. Okay, it is found in the form of sharing up household work. Okay, or sharing up family responsibility. Then nourishment of children. Okay, inequality in a family. It includes sharing up household work and nourishment of children. Okay, so who took the responsibility of household work and nourishment of children? Mother. Okay, or female members of family took the responsibility of household work and nourishment of children. Okay, so these are all various kinds of gender discrimination between men and gender discrimination results in child marriage. It is believed that girls goes to another family after marriage, so it is better to send her early. Okay, so gender discrimination or partiality between male and female, it results child marriage. Okay, how does it give chance to child marriage? There is a strong belief in the minds of parents. What is that? Girls goes to another family after marriage, so it is better to send her early. Okay, it gives chance to child marriage and it spoils the future of girl also sometimes. Okay, so next, India is made up of patriarchal values. India give more importance to patriarchal values. In India, father is the head of the family. Okay, so it discriminates men and women according to these values. So these patriarchal values discriminates or divides men and women according to patriarchal values. So we can get to see inequality between men and women in a society. Clear this? India is made up of patriarchal values, means more in India father is the head of the family, so more preference given to boys than girls. Okay, so these values, patriarchal values, it divides men and women based on patriarchal values. So we can get to see inequality between men and women in a Indian society. Yes, parents treat differently between boy and girl in families. For example, we can find a difference in the reaction of parents when boy comes home late after playing and girl comes home after playing. Yeah, parents just welcome boy without asking anything. But girl was punished for a mistake. Not only this, especially in India, parents expect girls should be help them in their kitchen work, but they don't expect this work from boys. Okay, parents providing cricket bat to boys and they are providing dolls to girls. Okay, in this way, knowingly or unknowingly, parents discriminates boys and girls. Okay, but this kind of discrimination was not useful for the development of our country. Okay, in the overall development of our country, the contribution of women is very important. So, to eradicate this gender-based discrimination from our country, government has taken various measures. Okay, now we may learn these measures one by one. Okay, first one, measures taken to overcome gender discrimination. What are the measures taken by government to overcome gender discrimination? First one, providing reservations in education and employment. Providing reservations in education and employment. Okay, next, providing reservation in elections of local bodies. Next, third one, reservation of 1/3 seats in local elections. Next, to guarantee equal wages for equal work. Next, in Karnataka, 50% of reservation has been given to women in local body elections. Okay, next, empowerment of women. Okay, next point, various laws enacted to curb violence against women at home and the workplaces. Okay, these are all the measures taken by government to overcome gender discrimination in India. Clear this? Okay, providing reservation in education and employment. Okay, government has provided a reservation of seats. Okay, some seats are reserved for women in education and also in employment. Next, providing reservation in election for local body. Okay, local body election also some seats were reserved for women's. Next, reservation of 1/3 of seats in local elections. Okay, local election 1/3 seats are reserved for women. To guarantee equal wages for equal work. Okay, giving guarantee for paying equal salary for equal work both between men and women. Then in Karnataka state, 50% of reservation given to women in local body election. Okay, next, empowerment of women means making women very strong. Okay, making women financially very fit or strong. Okay, that is empowerment of women. Next, various laws enacted to curb violence against women at home and workplace. Nowadays, women had to face violence both in our home and also at workplaces. So, some laws implemented to control violence of women at home and also at workplaces. Okay, these are all the measures taken by government to eradicate gender. Women alone, caste-based discrimination or partiality between upper caste and lower caste. Partiality between upper and lower caste. Clear this? So just like gender-based discrimination, caste-based discrimination is also one of the big challenge to India. Caste system is gift to Indian political system from ancient societal system based on Varna. Okay, caste system developed during Vedic period. There are 4 Varnas present at that point of time. Okay, which are those 4 Varnas? 4 Varnas. First one, Brahmanas. Brahmanas. Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas. Vaishyas. And Shudras. These are the 4 Varnas prominent during Vedic period. Here Brahmanas occupied highest position in the society. Okay, so Brahmanas or Brahmins were engaged in study, then teaching and performing pujas. Performing pujas. Okay, what are the responsibility of Brahmanas? Studying, teaching and performing pujas, etc. Okay, so Brahmanas got highest position in society. Then the second one, Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas are physically very strong people and they took leadership during wars and they took the responsibility of political administration. Okay, Kshatriyas are physically strong. Okay, and they took leadership during wars. Okay, so the main responsibility of Kshatriyas was to political administration. Okay, they took the responsibility of running the administration. Okay, next, in this way Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, okay, these two Varnas got the highest position in the society. Next, third, Vaishyas. Okay, this is the third Varna. They engaged in business, trade, etc. Okay, then the last Varna, Shudras. Okay, Shudras are the manual laborers. Okay, manual laborers, or they were the physical workers. Okay, they engaged in agricultural activities. Clear this? So these are the four varnas have good respect in society. Okay, but later fifth varna came into existence. That is Panchama varna. Panchama varna. Okay, here people of Panchama varna, they came to be known as untouchables or Dalits. Untouchables or untouchables. Okay, here untouchables were treated by higher caste people very cruelly. Okay, they don't have any respect in society. Okay, here untouchables were never considered as humans. Okay, here other varna people, they treated them in inhuman way. Okay, nowadays Ambedkar's life history, one serial is there, Mahanayaka. Okay, it explains how lower caste people tortured by upper caste people. Okay, so Ambedkar's fight to eradicate untouchability from a country, that is very important. Okay, so these untouchables or Dalits are never considered as human beings. Okay, their condition of untouchability is very merciful. Okay, they don't have permission to touch wells. Okay, then they are denied from many freedoms. Okay, which are those? Untouchables or Dalits were kept out of education. Okay, but also Ambedkar fought and finally he was successful in getting education. Okay, later he became the chairman of drafting committee of our constitution. Not only this, he is considered as a chief architect of Indian constitution also. Okay, so during Vedic period, these untouchables, they don't have freedoms. They were kept out of education. Okay, then untouchables got a lowest position in a society. Lowest position in a society. Okay, then they don't have any property rights. Okay, they don't have any property rights. Okay, they don't have any political participation rights. Okay, they were treated very inhumanly. Okay, so if they were not touched by other caste people, if a Brahmin came in front of them, they must run away from that place. Okay, so in this way, untouchables or Dalits, they faced lot of problems in a society during a Vedic period. Okay, they were kept out of education. They got very lowest position in society. Then they don't have any property rights. They don't have political participation rights. Okay, totally they tortured too much from the other caste people. Okay, so later what happened? To remove untouchability from a country, many measures taken by the government. Okay, so to remove caste based discrimination from our country, government has taken various measures. Okay, so measures taken by government to overcome caste based discrimination. Okay, what are the measures taken by government to overcome caste based discrimination in India? First one, right to vote and participate and contest for election. Okay, nowadays lower caste people also have right to vote and they are also contesting or standing for election. Okay, then next, right to freedom and equality mentioned in a part 3rd of Indian Constitution. Okay, Indian Constitution mentioned this right to lower caste people, right to freedom, okay, and right to equality. Next, one more, right to freedom and equality. Next, providing reservation in education and employment. Okay, reservation of seats in education and employment. Nowadays you can get to see untouchables, lower caste people getting government job easily if they got only 50% marks score also they can get easily, they can get government job easily, but these facilities not available for lower caste people. Why? Because during the time of Vedic period they gave lot of problems to lower caste people. Okay, as a result of this nowadays other caste people facing lot of problems. In this way government has taken various measures to overcome caste based discrimination in our country, but also even today caste based discrimination continued after many efforts. Okay, so it cannot solved through legal intervention, but strong public support must be needed to eradicate this evil practice from our country. Your society must prepare to change itself. Then only we can able to eradicate this evil practice from regional discrimination or discrimination between regions or states. Discrimination between regions or states. Just like gender based discrimination and caste based discrimination, regional discrimination poses the big challenge to India. Why? Because some regions of India achieved lot of progress and some parts of India remained backward. Okay, some parts of India or some regions of India, some regions or some states of India achieved lot of progress. Okay, but some states or some parts remained backward or underdeveloped. Okay, some regions of India achieved lot of progress. Which are those? Okay, Karnataka state, then Maharashtra, then Goa, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh. Okay, all these states achieved lot of progress. Okay, but some states, okay, it includes Bihar, okay, next Haryana, Manipur, Jharkhand, okay, these states remained backward or underdeveloped state. Okay, so here we can get to see inequality between developed state and backward states, isn't it? Okay, so in order to remove this inequality, Article 371 amended means changed, amended from A to J. Okay, what is the result of this? Through this amendment, backward regions have given special status. Clear this? Here, some regions of country achieved a lot of progress. Means these are all developed country, developed states. Okay, but some parts remain backward. Means underdeveloped states. Okay. So Karnataka, Maharashtra, Goa, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh. These are all the developed states. Then Bihar, Haryana, Manipur, Jharkhand. These are all underdeveloped or backward states. Okay, so among these states we can get to see inequality. Okay, both are here we can get to see inequality between developed states and backward states. Okay, so to remove this inequality, Article 371 amended or changed from A to J. Okay, Article 371 changed from A to J. Okay, so what is the what is the use of this amendment? Because of this, backward regions have given special status. Okay, all these backward regions also got a special status due to this amendment. Clear? Okay. Next, but also in this way solution available. Okay, but also this problem continued. Okay, inequality between states, inequality between backward regions and developed region continued. Why? Because some states demanding independent status. Okay, why? Some states demanding independent status. Okay, which are those states demanding independent status? Okay, it includes Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Gujarat, Jammu and Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, all these states want to become independent states. Really, all these states belong to one country, India. Okay, but they want to become independent status. Okay, they want to get independent status. As a result, inequality or imbalance between the regions continue. Okay, so in order to solve this problem, okay, in order to solve regional imbalance in a country, one committee was organized under the leadership of Nanjundappa. Okay, under the leadership of M. Nanjundappa. Okay, one committee was organized. So this committee gave solutions. Okay, solutions to overcome regional imbalance in India. Okay, as a result of this, some backward regions of Karnataka got a special status. Okay, by adding the article J. Okay, sorry. By adding the article 371J. Clear all. Finally, to remove regional imbalances in India. To remove regional imbalances or regional inequality, one committee formed. This committee headed by D.M. Nanjundappa. And it gave special report for overcome regional inequality in India in 2002. As per this report, many backward regions of Karnataka, okay, achieved special status. By adding article 371J. Today's homework. Why did articles 371 has been amended from A to J? What is the main aim of a committee headed by D.M. Nanjundappa is to solve the problem of regional imbalances. What is the importance of article 371J? How does regionalism affect national development? What are the measures taken for the removal of regional imbalance? What are the measures taken by government to eradicate gender discrimination? Clear this. Complete your homework and send homework through WhatsApp. Okay.